ಇದು
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Good morning to everyone. We are continuing from yesterday concept. Yesterday concept was differentiation. Before that, we had a concept of derivative. We retrace it and we continue over further concepts. So let's recall yesterday's derivative, and it is being defined like this: limit h tending to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x whole divided by h, and the condition is that this limit value must exist. Whatever steps we shall take, that's not considerable. However, if limit exists, then that limit what exists, it is called as derivative of function y equal to f of x, and that is being denoted by notation f dash of x. It is also denoted by notation dy by dx, also denoted by notation y dash, also denoted by notation y1. All these are same in meaning, only different in writing. And further, f dash x is called as first order derivative, and in future classes one can study higher order derivatives also, like second order, third order, fourth order. But as far as the second PUC concerned, only second order, and as far as only maximum third order can be taken, but not beyond that. But for higher classes, you are going to go for fourth order, fifth order. In general, nth order also can be considerable. And yesterday we have seen, followed by this rules of differentiation, like sum rule, product rule, quotient rule, constant multiplier rule. So without obeying rules, we can't compute derivative of any function. Yesterday class we seen in detail what are those rules of differentiation. Let's have some more examples concerned to PUC first year, and after that we come to an important concept, composite function, how to differentiate composite function, and various number of problems concerned to composite function derivatives can also be studied. So let's have some more problems concerned to sum rule, product rule, quotient rule, etc. But these are still truly first year PUC type, not the second year PUC. As I told, second PUC comes when we take up composite function derivatives. Right, next have another example. If f of x equals to 5 into sin x plus 3 into cos x. If f of x defined by 5 sin x plus 3 cos x, then question is that, then find it. Then find f of, in fact, f dash of 5 by 2. So meaning is that we have to first calculate the f dash of x. What the result we get, in that result, wherever x is there, for that x we have to replace by pi by 2. So right, solution. First, consider given function. Given function is f of x equals to 5 sin x plus 3 cos x. You may call this as 1 if you want. Further, we shall differentiate this function, especially right hand side, using sum rule, because there is sum of two functions. So let's have differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left hand side symbol will be taken as f dash of x, whereas right hand side using sum rule, means both terms must be differentiated obeying the possible rules. Here pi is constant, keep outside, into derivative of sin x. Whereas in next term 3 is constant, keep outside, into derivative of cos x. Further, f dash x equals to pi u. By standard formulas of first year PUC, we know that derivative of sin x is cos x, whereas derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Because of this answer is minus sin x, minus into plus will become minus later on, 3 into minus sin x. So on a small type of simplification, now f dash of x equals 5 cos x minus 3 sin x. This is being the value of f dash of x for any value of x, but we want in particular at x equal to pi by 2. Let's put x equal to pi by 2 wherever it has to be substituted. Now at x equal to pi by 2. Left hand side will become f dash of pi by 2. Right hand side, wherever x appears, replace it by pi by 2. That means 5 into cos of pi by 2 minus 3 into sin of pi by 2. Now recall PUC first year trigonometry standard angles table. From that standard angle table, we know that cos pi by 2 0, sin pi by 2 1. So it is 5 into 0 minus 3 into 1. Further, pi into 0 will be 0, 3 into 1 will be 3. Total answer is minus 3. This is value of f dash of pi by 2. Let's go to the next example. As yesterday said, in computing any example of differentiation, you must be aware of rules. First rules, then formula. You must come to know which rule is to be adopted, later on followed by which formula of differentiation to be adopted. If these two things are known very well, easily you can calculate any problem of the derivatives. Right, next example. If y equals to x plus x square whole divided by sin x. If y equals to x plus x square whole divided by sin x, then find dy by dx. So write solution. First write it again given problem. Given. What is given? Y equal to x plus x square divided by sin x. Call this as 1. Now let us differentiate both sides. Differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x, left side symbol is dy by dx, whereas right side, because of it is in the form of u divided by v, let's apply quotient rule. Quotient rule says that d by dx of u divided by v is equals to, first write v square, then v followed by derivative of u minus u followed by derivative of v. This is what we noted as quotient rule of differentiation. We need to apply quotient rule because of our problem is in the form of u divided by v. Let's apply that quotient rule. When you compare your problem with this formula, obviously v is sin x, u is x plus x square. So let's adopt quotient rule. First write sin x whole square. As you know that in trigonometry, sin x whole square, it can also be taken as sin square of x. That's your choice. You can write either sin x whole square or sin square x. Now in numerator, sin x multiplied by derivative of u means derivative of x plus x square minus. That's what this is there in formula. Minus u x plus x square as it is, followed by derivative of sin x. We applied according to question 2. Now we write concern term derivative. Here we need to have derivative. Here we need to have derivative. Here sum rule. Here direct formula of differentiation. So that is equal to now sin x into. Here applying sum rule. By sum rule, first we should write differentiation of x, that is 1, plus followed by differentiation of x square, that will be equals to 2x, minus x plus x square multiplied by derivative of sin x will be cos x, all divided by sin x whole square can be written as sin square of x. That's the final answer. Let's go to the next example. Before we take up the next example, it's better to have all the formulas of differentiation at one side. Means at a glance, that will be useful for your further continuation sake. So let's write all the formulas of differentiation at a glance. So what I am writing now, formulas of differentiation concerned to PUC first year, we are writing. First formula, dy dx of constant k, it is equals to 0. Next formula, dy dx of x means derivative of x with respect to x, it is equals to 1. Next formula, derivative of x square with respect to x, it is equals to 2x. Next formula, derivative of x to the power of n, that is in general formula, it is given by n into x to the power of n minus 1. Similarly, derivative of x to the power of minus n will be given by, instead of n we have minus n, it actually becomes minus n x to the power minus n minus 1. Minus n minus 1 common is minus, it becomes minus of n plus 1, that can be automatically shifted to denominator. So the total result becomes minus n divided by x to the power of n plus 1. This is differentiation of x to the power of minus n followed by differentiation of root x, which is noted in PUC first year. It was given by 1 by 2 root of x. Still we have many more formulas. The next formula is differentiation of 1 divided by x, derivative of 1 by x, it is minus 1 divided by x square. Similarly, the next formula is differentiation of 1 divided by x square is minus 2 divided by x cube. Next, the differentiation of log x to the base e, as yesterday we've seen, in logarithms, nothing base means it is always e base. So derivative of log x. One more thing, we write, actually we should write log of mod of x. This is understood because log of negative numbers are not defined. Even though modulus not there, that you must keep in mind. It is actually log of mod of x. So answer is 1 divided by x. Similarly, differentiation of log x to the base a, derivative of log x base a is given by 1 divided by log a into 1 divided by x. 1 by log a to the base c, understood, into 1 divided by x. That's the derivative of log x to the base a. The next formula is derivative of e power x. It is equals to same e power x, whereas e power x noted as exponential function, followed by next derivative of a to the power of x. It is equals to a to the power of x multiplied by log a. Understandably, a is greater than 1. Still we have the list of more formulas concerned to differentiation. The next formula is in our list dy dx of sin x, means derivative of sin x function with respect to cos x, or with respect to x, answer will be equals to cos x. Next, derivative of cos x with respect to x is equals to minus of sin x. Next, derivative of the function tan x, it is equals to secant square x. Next, derivative of cot x, it is equal to minus of cosec square x. Next formula is derivative of secant x, it is equal to sec x into tan x. Next, derivative of cosec x equal to minus cosec x into cot x. So what I am writing, these are all basic formulas of differentiation, and one must remember these formulas, especially as you know that mathematics means 50% formula. Unless until you are not perfect in formulas, you cannot easily study any mathematics topic. So first one should become perfect in formulas, because mathematics mainly depends on formulas. Especially calculus needs more formulas. So it's my advice, come request that please try to memorize all these formulas without fail. Next formula. dy dx of 1 by root x. Even it can be taken as a formula, or you can adopt it by the differentiation of x to the power of n method also. So it can be written as differentiation of 1 by root x can be written as x to the power of minus 1 by 2. So let's apply formula. Differentiation of x to the power of n, that is n x to the power of n minus 1, means minus half into x to the power of minus half minus 1. that is equals to minus half into x to the power of, here LCM 2, 2 into 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, total become minus 3 by 2. Or it is equally same as minus 1 divided by 2 into x to the power 3 by 2. Further, x to the power of 3 by 2 can be written as x multiplied by root x. So totally minus 1 by 2x into root x. This can be taken as directly formula for differentiation of 1 divided by root x. So as I told, all these formulas are very crucial, very important. You compulsorily try to memorize these formulas so that easily you can solve any problem concerned to differentiation. Next we next we have some more questions concerned to sum rule, product rule, quotient rule, and after that we shall take up composite function. So I am solving these problems once again because these over in first year PUC is something you might have forgotten because of some gap in holidays, etc. Just to retrace that, I am once again solving concerned to first year PUC formulas. Then we shall go to composite functions. Right? Examples, continuation, and again I advise that you go through these formulas without fail, try to memorize and keep in mind very well. Next problem, concern to sum rule, product rule, whichever is possible. Next example, if y equals 10 to the power of x into x to the power of 10, y equal to 10 to the power of x multiplied by x to the power of 10, then find y dash. Note that you can write y dash dy by dx, f dash x, capital D of y, any notation can be taken. As per notation concerned, don't have much more serious. Any one notation can be taken, but not all. Here asking y dash, we shall write in the form of y dash, given. Right solution. First write given function. What is given function? Given function is y equal to 10 to the power of x multiplied by x to the power of 10. We are supposed to find y dash. Hence we write the sentence differentiating with respect to x. Left side y dash. You can write dy by dx, no wrong in that. Because of asking y dash, we shall write symbol as y dash. Right side symbolic form d by dx of 10 to the power of x into x to the power of 10. Now you observe that this is one function, this is another function, but in between them they are connected by means of product. So we need to apply product rule. Recall the differentiation product rule from yesterday's class, even from your earlier first year classes. What it says, first function 10 to the power of x as it is into derivative of x to the power of 10 plus second function x to the power of 10 as it is multiplied by differentiation of 10 to the power of x. And let's apply concerned differentiation formulas. 10 to the power of x, no changes as it is. Whereas differentiation of x to the power of 10, using differentiation of x to the power of n, nx power n minus 1, means here 10 into x to the power of 9. 10 multiplied by x power 9 plus x to the power of 10 into. Should be here careful. This is just like a formula. Differentiation of a power x formula. recall that list of formula. As just now I given, differentiation of a power x formula is given by a to the power of x multiplied by log a. So it is exactly of that type. Instead of a we have 10. So using that formula for this particular term, our answer become 10 to the power of x multiplied by log 10. That's the final answer. If you want, you can take common x to the power of 9 into 10 to the power of x, no wrong in that. So let's take common 10 to the power of x into x to the power of 9. After taking common 10 to the power of x into x to the power of 9, here left is only 10. Plus, here because of common x power 9, left will be x. And the next term left will be log 10. That is the final answer. Volume. So let's come to the next problem. If y equals to e power x into sin x plus log x into cot x, then find dy by dx. So keep in mind, these are all PUC first year concerned problems, but just for the sake of retrace, to make your mind refresh, I am taking once again these examples concerned to PUC first year. So write solution. First write given function. What is given function? Given function is y equal to whatever expression, that is e power x sin x plus log x into cot x. You may call 1 if you want. Now write a word differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side, any notation can be taken. Now we shall take in particular dy by dx as it is asking in that format. Right hand side, when you observe overall expression contains a sum. So first we shall apply sum rule, followed by, for individual terms we need to apply product rule. First sum rule, then product rule. This is only important in differentiation. You have to assess which rules we apply first, whether sum, product, quotient, etc. Here first sum rule, followed by later on product rule. By sum rule, d by dx of e power x multiplied by sin x plus next d by dx of log x multiplied by cot x. And that is equals to here as well as here. Now we need to apply product rule. And applying product rule, first function e power x into differentiation of sin x plus second function sin x into differentiation of e power x. What this is applied? It is applied product rule for this first term. Similarly, same product rule for second term. Plus first function log x into derivative of cot x. Plus second function cot x into derivative of log x. next step, that is equals to e power x multiplied by a standard list of formulas. As you know that derivative of sin x is equals to cos x. That is e power x into cos x plus sin x into derivative of e power x is e power x plus log x multiplied by, again by list of formulas. Whatever it is there, everything depends on the list of formulas here. Recall list of formula, derivative of cot x, answer is minus of cos x square x plus cot x into derivative of log x is 1 divided by x. And if you want one small step simplification can be taken. Necessary you can take or else you can avoid also. Let's have one step further simplification. In this bracket, in both terms there is a common. What is being common here? Common is e power x. On taking common e power x, left is cos x plus sin x. Whereas here plus into minus will become minus log x multiplied by cos x square x plus cot x into 1 by x means whole divided by x. That's the final answer. Next question. If f of x equals to ax plus b whole divided by cx plus d. Understandably, a, b, c, d are constants. Then find f dash of x. You may recall your memory. Actually, this question was already in first year PUC NCERT book. Once again, just for the recapitulation sake, I am solving so that you feel very easy when we come across composite function derivatives. So first write given function. What is given function? Given function is f of x equal to ax plus b divided by cx plus b. Call this as 1. Next write a word. What is the word? Differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side f dash of x. Right side, before differentiating you have to think of which rule is to be adopted first. The entire problem of right side is in the form of u divided by v. So we have to apply compulsorily quotient rule. So let's impose quotient rule. When you want to impose quotient rule, that rule should be in your memory. Otherwise, no use. So recall what quotient rule says. First write denominator whole square. That is cx plus d complete whole square. Followed by cx plus d into d by dx of numerator, that is derivative of ax plus b. And don't forget that we are applying quotient rule. So quotient rule in between two terms contained by minus, whereas product rule contained by plus. Minus numerator ax plus b multiplied by the derivative of cx plus b. That is equals to cx plus d multiplied by. As already we know that whenever we want to differentiate, always we should be aware of rules. We started by quotient rule. In this particular term, because of sum, we need to apply sum rule. According to sum rule, we should write differentiation of ax plus differentiation of b. When it comes to differentiation of ax, a is multiplying constant outside, followed by differentiation of x is 1, total a into 1. Whereas b is separate constant, not multiplying with any function of x. That's why derivative of b will be 0. Here some of you will get confused that sir, even though a is constant, why not writing 0 answer? A is constant, no doubt, but it is multiplied by x. That's why it will become a multiplying constant, does not become a pure constant. Whereas b is pure constant, that's why its derivative is given by 0. Minus ax plus b multiplied by. Like in the earlier step, here also derivative of cx will become c into 1 plus derivative of d will become 0, whole divided by cx plus d square, whole square. And final simplification, a into 1 a and a plus 0 is a, total a into cx plus d minus, similar here, c plus 0 is c into ax plus b whole divided by cx plus d whole square. And that's f dash x for the given function. Write the next question, and keep in mind all these problems what we are solving, these will make you people perfect in applying sum rule, product rule, quotient rule, because in differentiation these only important. If you did not know correctly what is sum rule, what is quotient rule, what is product rule, you cannot study deeply the calculus part. That's why first try to understand how to apply sum rule, product rule, quotient rule. It will be very much useful in the coming days. Next problem. If y equals to y to the power of x into tan x whole divided by x to the power of 10 plus 10 to the power of x to the power of 10 plus 10 to the power of x, then find dy by dx. So write first given problem yet again. Once again write given problem. What is given problem? Given problem is y equal to 5 power x tan x whole divided by x to the power of 10 plus 10 to the power of x. Call this as 1. Next write a word. What is that word? Differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x, left hand side dy by dx. Whereas right hand side, when you observe entire problem, it is in the form of u divided by v. Hence we need to apply quotient rule. Recall quotient rule in mind correctly. What quotient rule says? First write a denominator whole square. Means x to the power of 10 plus 10 to the power of x complete square, followed by denominator x to the power of 10 plus 10 to the power of x multiplied by derivative of 5 power x into tan x. Don't forget that we are adopting quotient rule. So quotient rule will be containing with minus sign, whereas the product rule contained by plus sign. Minus. Numerator 5 power x into tan x as it is, multiplied by the differentiation of denominator, that is differentiation of x to the power 10 plus 10 to the power of x. That is equals to x to the power 10 plus 10 to the power x multiplied by. Here we have a symbol of derivative, hence we must adopt a correct rule. Because of product of two functions, we need to apply product rule. Applying product rule, first function 5 to the power x into derivative of tan x is secant square x, plus second function tan x into derivative of 5 power x using formula derivative of a power x into log a. Now 5 power x into log 5. Minus 5 to the power x into tan x. Here to differentiate, again we should be aware of rule, and in between them there is a plus. So we need to apply here sum rule. By sum rule, derivative of x to the power 10 using the formula differentiation of x to the power of n, nx power n minus 1. So now answer becomes 10, x power 10 minus 1 is 9. Whereas the differentiation of 10 power x using the formula differentiation of a power x, namely a power x log a, here 10 power x into log 10 whole divided by x to the power 10 plus 10 to the power of x whole square. And I hope that by these examples you are coming to know, you must come to know how to apply correctly sum rule, product rule, quotient rule. That only very important in differentiation, because most number of students will not able to recognize where we would apply sum rule, where we would apply product rule, where we need to apply quotient rule. Until you can't study correctly sum rule, quotient rule, product rule, further cases of differentiation will not be easier one. Write the next problem. If y equals to, so next question, if y is equals to e power x cos x divided by x plus sin x, find y dash. So first write given problem at again, whatever given y equal to e power x cos x whole divided by x plus sin x, and you call it as 1. Next write the word. What is the word? Differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x, left hand side y dash, right hand side once again it is in the form of u divided by v. First apply quotient rule. By quotient rule, x plus sin x whole square. Then x plus sin x followed by derivative of e power x into cos x. Minus numerator e power x into cos x as it is, multiplied by the derivative of x plus sin x. We applied according to quotient rule scheme. Next step, x plus sin x in. Here we have symbol of differentiation. As I told, whenever you want to adopt a differentiation, you should be aware of rule, whether sum, product, quotient. Here because of product, let's apply product rule. By product rule, first function e power x as it is multiplied by differentiation of cos x is minus of sin x. Note that in quotient rule we are applying product rule. The first function e power x into derivative of cos x is minus sin x plus second function cos x into derivative of e power x is e power x. Minus e power x cos x into bracket. Like here, some of you may expect that why we are not applying product rule. You can't apply product rule because those two functions are connected by plus. I mean sum. That's why we need to apply here sum rule but not product rule. Here product rule was necessary. Here sum rule is necessary. Let's apply sum rule. By sum rule, first comes differentiation of x, that is 1, followed by next comes differentiation of sin x, that is equal to cos x, all divided by x plus sin x whole square. That's the final answer.
Small.
Okay. By these examples, as I had already told, again I am repeating that. You try to understand correctly where, how, and we need to apply sum rule, product rule, quotient rule. Until you are unaware of sum rule, product rule, quotient rule, you can't solve any further coming the differentiation problems, especially upcoming composite functions, implicit functions, parametric functions, one function with respect to the function, successive differentiation, etc. Still, there are many more cases, but for all those cases, these sum, product, quotient rule are very, very essential. So our next part will be how to differentiate composite function, but before that we shall study deeply composite functions, how they define, etc. Then we shall go to how to differentiate composite functions.